bad.
And also in Fuchswagen, I was quite on the limit.
The exit, yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning, comrades! Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Nürburgring to Manthey-Racing track day. We already did a lap, or actually you already have seen a lap with the 992 GT3 RS, but actually I still have to go out in this car. But first, and for today's video, we'll be going out in a 992 GT3 MR. And this is a very important video for me to make, a very curious video for me to make, because here of course we have currently the best of the GT products, the 992 GT3 RS, which is doing 6 minutes 49 on the full track of the Nürburgring without the GP track, of course. So active aerodynamics, we know everything about it, but very hard to get, pretty much impossible. If you do not have an allocation, you can forget about it unless you're ready to pay like what, 100 or 200,000 euro over sticker. And then the question comes, for people who do not have an RS, would it maybe make sense to soften the pain of not being able to get an RS by getting a 992 GT3 and putting a Manthey performance kit on it? And what is Manthey performance kit? Now, stock the car does 6 minutes 59, so 10 seconds slower than the RS, but with the Manthey performance kit it goes 6 minutes 55. You could save 4 seconds for 45,000 euros, including VAT in Germany. Does it even make sense? Well, on the lap of Kevin Estre, I know that there was a small gearbox issue in Hudson-Bach, so that cost him 1 second roughly. I think there were a couple of other things. So maybe the actual difference is significantly closer to each other. Then again, we also need to see that they were driven by two different drivers, etc, etc. Anyway, long story short, today I'm looking forward to find out how much is the difference between the two. And yeah, in case you are new to the channel or the whole Manthey-Racing scene, what is Manthey performance kit? It consists out of a bigger wing that increases the downforce, I believe, even almost by double. So insert the actual numbers here. Usually you have magnesium wheels, but now we have a different set of wheels, the stock wheels still on Cup 2R tires. Also better brake pads, brake lines, brake fluid, so for additional braking performance. Aerodynamic elements on the front as well. Most importantly, also Manthey-Racing suspension, completely developed by them. And that's kind of it. No power upgrades whatsoever, because that's already more than enough. So just significantly more aero, more grip, more braking power. And okay, enough talking. We'll be going out with Thomas Pranning, who is now waiting for me over there, who is the Porsche factory driver. He's probably a bit camera shy, that's why he's there, but he will do the driving. Yeah, he's Porsche factory driver. He's driving this year together with Kevin Estre, Michael Christensen and Frederick Makovici, the 24 hours in Grello, 24 hours of Nürburgring, and also DTM. So I think he has a bit of experience. And actually, quite funny, he said to me, hey, when you get in the car, you should definitely film the speedometer. We're going 290 on the main straight. Because he's used to going like 250 or something with the GT3 with all the drag of the downforce. So yeah, happy for him that he gets to experience high speeds. Speaking of high speeds, it's open pit lane on the track day, so we'll be going, we're doing 2 laps because we need to warm up these babies, the Cup 2R tires. And the second lap, that's probably what you get to see. And also finally, it is a track day, so we're allowed to overtake both on left and right sides. On public sessions, it's left side only, so don't get mad if we're past someone on the right, because we're allowed to. All right, enough talking. Let's get a gear and jump in the car. Woohoo! wild. Okay, I'm gonna wait for my GT3 RS lap till I can make a final conclusion, but to be honest, I cannot think that someone can say like, "Ew, I need to more aerodynamics because this is not fast enough." Alright, and yeah, now I already had the lap in the 992 GT3 RS, and when it comes to the conclusion, the main question of this video, I think I kind of gave it away already in the video that you've seen, hopefully by now, of the 992 GT3 RS. If you haven't, check it out in the video description, unless I'm probably gonna forget it to include it. So, the final question, do you need, or like, can you be satisfied with the GT3 MR if you cannot get the allocation with or for the GT3 RS? I think, honestly, yes, definitely. That's my honest opinion. The reason for that is, as mentioned also again in the RS video, this is for now faster over the slow sections when it comes to curbstones. But this is ridiculously fast on the high-speed downforce sections. But at the end of the day, who of you, of us, myself included, are going to push it to the levels that these guys are doing it? Especially if we would be talking about the tourist traffic. Track day, of course, yes, but like really 240 kilometers per hour through Schwedenkreuz or Mutkurve 200 and plus. Who would need that? Majority of people, honestly, not. And they would probably benefit more from the low speed stability, the higher low speed stability of the GT3 MR. So, long story short, as exciting this was for a passenger, well, this for a passenger, me wanting to get a 992 GT3, and of course, eventually with a Manthey kit, I think this is actually really a sweet spot for people who cannot get the allocation, or for people who just can't be satisfied with all they need and not needing more because, well, are they actually going to use it? So that's kind of it. At the end of the day, they are two unique, great cars to their own rights. But yeah, I can now agree for people who say like, yeah, if you cannot get this, this is a perfect alternative. Definitely. So let's go try to find one. First of all, let's go buy a house, because Maggie is gonna kill me if I'm gonna show up with a 992. I'm like, hey, look what I got. This is 992 MR, and she's going to live with us. Where?